how to write a GP referral letter. Hi, I'm Hayley from Parallel Coaching, and in this video we'll explore all things referral letters. That means that it's about who do you send the letter to, how do you write the letter, how do you make it look professional, who do you write the letters about, who should you even refer to and from. This is all really important information, especially if you're working towards your exercise referral qualification, your long-term conditions qualification, or if you're thinking about doing one, or you already are qualified. This is going to really help you add context to the whole process. Now, before I get started, there are 3 mock questions that will help you test your knowledge on today's content. All you need to do, if you're not already on our blog, is to click the link and it will take you straight there. You scroll down the page and you'll find the 3 mock questions. So let's find out more about a GP referral letter or a medical professional referral letter. It can go to any medical or healthcare professional. So when you're deciding who needs this in the first place, why do you even need to write one? What we need to do is to get a PARQ. Now, a PARQ is designed as a pre-activity readiness questionnaire, and every client that you work with needs to complete one. They should also then update that every single year. This is because it shows that they are safe and able to exercise, that they are healthy and they're at a status whereby you can work with them. Most clients you work with should be writing no's the whole way down on those 7 or 9 questions on your PARQ. If you do need a PARQ template, make sure you click the link. I've got one available for you. But outside of that, they should be doing that no's all the way down. If they put a yes in there, that means that you need to have some sort of liaison with a GP or a medical or healthcare professional. Now, that's really important to understand. It's not a case of, oh, they put yes, but I'm still going to work with them, because now it's showing that there is some sort of risk associated with them doing exercise. They are actually not ready to do exercise immediately, and we need to find out more. Outside of that, you could also do a PARQ-plus. Now, if you've not come across a PARQ-plus before, they're a great tool, especially if you're already qualified as an exercise referral and long-term conditions qualified, because inside this, it's got the PARQ at the top, but then if they click yes, as they scroll down, there's then some subcategory questions. And then if they answer yes to any of those, then you do go on and refer to a GP. If not, then you're able to get them to do the declaration and work directly with you. But that only works if you are qualified to work with those conditions. That means you need a level 3 diploma in exercise referral, which is the older syllabus, or the new syllabus, which is level 3 diploma in supporting clients with long-term conditions. Both of these basically allow you to work with clients that have conditions or that refer a PARQ or take medications. If you are not qualified for that, if your client ticks a yes on their PARQ or on their PARQ-plus, you cannot work with them because you're not understanding the ins and outs and the details of those particular questions and the particular problems your client has. Now, I have to admit, sometimes clients don't really understand the question when they do the PARQ, and that's why it's nice, rather than wafting it in front of their nose and getting them to just do it, you want to go through the PARQ with them so that you can find out if it genuinely is a yes tick or not. Now, I do take this seriously, so make sure that you also take this seriously with every client. If there is a yes and you know you're not qualified, even with a GP referral letter, you cannot work with them. But if you are qualified, exercise referral, long-term conditions, or anything above that, then you can basically go on and work with these clients, and there's a certain risk stratification model that you can follow. I like to use the PARQ-plus to help with that risk stratification as to whether I need to send a letter to the GP or not. But you could also use an Irwin and Morgan. Now, an Irwin and Morgan risk stratification is quite nice. It's got a green, an amber, and a red. And inside that sort of stratification, you basically go, okay, based on my client's conditions, they're in a green, or based on my client's conditions, they're amber, or based on conditions, they're red. If it's a green, you're good to work them straight away. You don't need to have a referral letter. If it's amber or red, you definitely need a referral letter. The red, you definitely need to wait to find out from the GP, and you don't need to take them on because they might actually be unstable or unsafe to exercise at all, even with a medical professional referral. Now, that's who needs a referral letter and who's able to do that in terms of you as a FITPRO. Let's understand a little bit more about where that's going to go to. You could send it to a GP, you could send it to a consultant, you could send it to a diabetic nurse, any healthcare professional that is part of that treatment plan. Now, a specialist or a consultant is quite a good person to refer to and to send that letter to because they know more about that individual client. So, for example, if your client's got cancer and they're working with an oncologist, you would probably rather send that to an oncologist than the client's GP. Similarly, if your client's got, let's just say, a herniated disc and they're seeing a physio for that at the moment, you would refer to the physio, not necessarily the GP, because they understand much more about the client's do's and don'ts and what their capability is. But there are some things whereby, let's just say they're just on high blood pressure medication or they're obese, you would send them to the GP because that makes sense, because that's the person in charge of their treatment at the moment. So that's a little bit about who you send it. But how do you actually write these letters? Now, I do have some GP referral letter templates for you. Again, these are available next to the PARQs inside our FITPRO startup kit. So I'll put a link for that so you can go and find that FITPRO startup kit and download basically 34 different templates of different things that are going to help you. And that includes a GP referral letter, a risk stratification like the Irwin and Morgan, and also the PARQ and PARQ-plus. So you've got loads in there. Now, inside that, you can also see that inside the template, we keep it really professional. You want to make sure you've got the address that you're sending it to on the left-hand side of the page, your address that you're sending it from on the right-hand side of the page, and also that you've got your email, phone number, and any contact details on there as well. Now, you're going to be sending this to your client's GP or specialist, not to yours, just so you know, as a FITPRO. And then you're going to put the nice title along the front and along the top, which will relate to the name of your client. So give your client's name and date of birth. Then you're going to write, Dear Dr. X or Dr. Bergman, and then write in the information, write a nice comment saying that this client has approached you, but they have got these conditions, so we do need a medical referral. Now you want to fill in as many details as you can. You're going to fill in the medical history that you know of for your client. You're going to fill in the reason why you referred them, any changes you're going to make to the exercise, any risk assessment and risk stratification you've already done. You're going to fill everything in. The only thing your GP or the doctor needs to then do is fill in a little comment that says, yes, I approve, or no, I don't approve, based on what's above. And if they want to add any extra notes, there's space for them to do so. And then you can even include a self-addressed envelope ready to send back to you. Now, the more information that a GP needs to write, the less likely they are to do that, especially without charging. So you're going to need to make sure that you make it very simple. Ideally, it's something that your client can take into the practice onto one of those GP sessions, but that's not always the case, especially lately, whereby it's a lot more phone calls and Zoom sessions and things like that. So instead, before I sent that letter, I would phone the surgery that you're referring to and just say, look, I have a referral letter. Do you want me to send it via email or via letter, via post? This is a really nice touch because if they prefer email, it goes to the right person and you can actually get the email address that you need. But if they prefer it via post, you can say, who do I need to address it to? And then how do I check that it's been submitted and that they've actually received it all okay? So that's a really key part of making sure that you're sending the letter appropriately. Phone beforehand to make sure if it's email or post. So now you've got all the information you need, you've got your professional letter, you've got to wait for that reply before you can go on and start working with your client, especially depending on the risk stratification of them. Then you've got to, you already know who you can send it to, you know whether you're eligible to send them and work with those clients. So now you've got everything you need to know about writing that referral letter. But to make it even easier, if you want to download those templates, check out the FITPRO Startup Kit. There are templates inside there. And that basically brings us to the end of today's video. So I would love to know what your big takeaway has been from this. So all you need to do is drop a little comment underneath the video and let me know what you've learned. If you are looking to find out more about being able to work with these clients that you're not actually qualified to work with, so if you're not exercise referral or long-term conditions yet, then you're able to find out more about our level 3 diploma in supporting clients with long-term conditions. I teach you all of this process. I give you all the documents and templates, but I also teach you about 27 different conditions and how you can work with them alongside behavior change and planning. So you really know what you can and can't do with the clients safely and effectively and within your remit. So all you need to do if you're interested in that is to drop a comment underneath in the comments, or you can click the link and that will take you straight there to the level 3 diploma in supporting clients with long-term conditions. Amazing. So that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the next video. If not, then make sure you do check out the startup kit and also the long-term conditions qualification to help you be the best FITPRO you really can be. Take care.